And we are back. We do have an update here. Dark did take out Firefly 2-1. And so now, our series that we're going to be jumping into, it's a fresh one. It's Dark versus herO. Kicking it off on Ghost River.
Here we go. Yes, we're getting into game number 1. We apologize for the delay, but we have our series, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ghost River, we have our red Protoss player from land of South Korea representing Weibo Gaming. It is herO.
And over here in the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the top left, we of course have our blue Zerg player coming down also from the land of Korea, but not from Weibo Gaming. He is going to be representing Talon Esports. We have Dark.
Here we go. We did see herO flex a new variation of 3-base all-in, or kind of 3-base all-in. 8 gates blink, maybe a better way of putting it, from herO in this previous series against Shin, but here against Dark, I'm sure we're going to be seeing something very different, as Dark instead is a much more assertive, much more aggressive player, especially early on 2 or even 3-base play.
Oh yeah. Alright, opting a little bit for the unnatural, but yeah, like you pointed out, I'm sure that unlike what we saw in herO vs. Shin, which was Shin kind of reacting more to the aggression of herO, I do feel like, especially on a map like Ghost River, we're going to see a completely flipped dynamic. We're going to be seeing Dark come in early with roaches.
Yeah, I would imagine so. As we load into Ghost River, this is a very common map for 3-base all-ins. From the side of Protoss as well, like 8-gate variations that we saw previously. Like, this is a very, very common map for it. So I'm sure that he was tempted to go for a similar build again. We'll see if he will. I mean, again, like it from the previous series, it does feel like herO's been cooking, and he wants to try to bring it out into tournament play to like test it, you know, to kind of see its strengths, its weaknesses, to see where it does fall and fail. And yeah, I'm excited to see if he does the same here against Dark.
That, as am I.
Stress testing, that's it.
Stress test, beta test.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what other ways to phrase that, but there aren't that many.
It's all good. As we are settling into our takeoff choice, it's going to be a Stargate opener here from a herO. So once again, should be Oracle. Everything looks normal. Everything looks the same. But I mean, everything should look normal for the time being. It's later on down the line whether or not herO invests in traditional gateways or not that we're really keeping an eye out for.
Yeah, we'll be keeping an eye out for that, and Dark has to as well. He's got Overlords in position, but obviously this early on, there's no real reason for you to send them into your opponent's base yet. You're probably not going to be seeing too much.
Yeah, we do keep it a little bit further back for the time being. We do see herO with the initial Adepts, soon to move out across the map, likewise the Oracle as well, to try to get some damage done. I mean, we saw in the previous game against Shin how herO was able to just get an insane amount of economic damage, was able to kill so many drones. Dark, though, is known for his queen control, is known for his defense, and is going to be looking to keep up with those Adepts. And oh my god, it is not an Oracle. I mean, it is, but it isn't.
Yeah, it's one Oracle to go across the map and keep tabs on what Dark is doing, but the follow-up to this is going to be a Void Ray. herO really wants to keep Dark guessing.
Yeah, and this is really... Go on.
Yeah, I was just going to reiterate that. Keep Dark guessing and continue to have him having complete information.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting because usually if you want to go for something like this, it's Void Ray first, not Void Ray second. So this is coming out of left field. There is still an Overlord outside the natural, thankfully, but herO is looking to hunt it down, looking to come across that Void Ray, come across the Overlord, and the Overlord is going to go down to the Void Ray. Meanwhile, with these gateways, with this Twilight Council, this looks like Glaive Adepts. It could still be Blink. It could be Blink for just an earlier Blink Stalker timing, or Glaive's another viable option.
There we go. Glaives are on the way now.
Yeah, It is going to be Glaives as the option here for herO, so going to be hyper-aggressive on 3 bases. Now, this is not an all-in from herO, but it is a way to catch Dark off guard and to get a lead economically. If Dark skips his Roach Warren, if Dark delays Roach production and drones up too much, then Dark is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Indeed, he is. So far, Dark does not have a Roach Warren whatsoever. He has been droning very, very heavily. Lair is about to finish up. Lair in the third?
Yeah.
That was the natural-ish base.
Yeah.
But...
yeah. It's an interesting one.
Alright, Lair in the third.
Yeah, because we're for the Lair, it's going to be Ling Hydra. I am scared for Dark because Glaive Adepts, they do well against anything light, like Lings and like Hydras as well. Hydras are vulnerable to these Adepts, and here we go, the first wave are coming across the map.
And Dark has absolutely no idea, or had absolutely no idea about them until literally right now.
Yeah, the Queens, they rotate over as we do get into the middle lines. Drones are going to be going down against so many Adepts, and there are no Bailings to defend, no Roaches to defend either. We do have a mass amount of Lings trying to chase down these Adepts, but we can commit to the Shade.
And we do commit to the Shade in the end. Already 8 drones to go down. No Adept's going to fall just yet. And Dark, without Roaches, is having a very tough time keeping up with these Shades.
Yeah, I mean, these Lings, they do keep up, but Lings, they melt. They just melt instantly here against the Adepts. The Lings, they evaporate. GG gets called as we record with our pants down, and herO takes game number 1.
GG. Brilliant here from herO. Throwing something out, as you said, a little bit out of left field. I mean, he was getting that Void Ray to keep Dark in the dark, and have him have absolutely no idea what he was coming up against, which, as we found out, was Glaive Adepts. And also, who goes for Glaive Adepts after going for an Oracle and a Void Ray like that?
Yeah, like, the really cool thing about this build that we just saw is that, so... If we were to go Void Ray first, I feel like Dark would have thrown down a Roach Warren. Because the Void Ray first ensures that you shut down the Overlord, yes, but it's also a sign that you don't know what's coming, and it lets you know to be safe, right? It tells you, like, oh, okay, there's a possibility for something like Glaive, so I should probably just play things safe and get a safety Roach Warren. Because it was Oracle first and a Void Ray later, then you make the choice to skip the Roach Warren, you make the choice to be a little bit greedier, and you're more prone to something like this. So this was a risky move out of herO, but it paid off.
Yeah. I was like, I already skipped the Roach Warren, so I might as well commit to skipping it.
Exactly, and in the end, Dark was caught with his pants down.
Indeed. Sometimes it's probably best not to commit. As we continue our series here on El Quione, we're over here in the top right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top right, we of course have our red Protoss player coming down from the land of Korea. He's going to be representing Weibo Gaming. WBG. We have herO.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player, the South Korean Zerg, representing Talon Esports. Down in this series, looking to bounce back, it is Dark.
Both of them repping their 2017 portraits.
Yeah, repping those portraits. A shame we don't get too many of them nowadays, but I'm looking forward to potentially getting a new one at the end of the Esports World Cup, I would assume.
Potentially,
I would hope, yeah.
Yeah, at least one player, whoever is going to be champion of that, I think. Usually that's how... I think nowadays that's how we define it, or that nowadays that's how it's selected.
Yeah, the last portrait we got was Oliveira, right, for winning IEM Katowice, and this most recent IEM was not a world championship technically, so it would make sense for it to be the Esports World Cup champion, I guess. I would hope. I'd hope that happens.
Yeah. It's Oliveira, and then before that it was Cyril, and before that it was Rainer. Yeah, Rainer. And then before that, it was Dark, actually, for 2019 BlizzCon, because 2020 Katowice also was a World Cup.
True.
Or World Championship.
Yeah, I think someone did the math previously, because I was saying, like, I'm pretty sure Oliveira is the longest reigning world champion, And I believe he does beat Dark by like a couple of months. Like Dark was also like an extended world champion as well. But I think Oliveira, he does beat him by like 3 months or something.
Yeah, I think Dark won in November 2019, and then the next World Championship was in February or March 2021.
Yeah.
And Oliveira won in February of last year. And the next World Championship is next month.
Yeah. Yeah, it's next month. It's crazy.
So, yeah, a year and 4 months versus Dark's a year and 2 months.
Yeah.
Or 3 months.
The math, it adds up.
The math. But then, of course, it gets a little weird because February doesn't have that many days.
True.
And 2020 was a leap year, so... But then again, 2024, also a leap year. The math.
Strikes again. As for now, we're selling into another Stargate opener here from herO, and again, just I guess briefly going over that previous game, it was just a lot of mind games coming in, and again, something that we're not used to, something that we rarely see is Oracle into Void Ray. So again, like herO just always like, I don't know if I want to say thinking one step ahead, but like he's got this planned out, you know, like he's definitely like theorized like how to bamboozle best, and this time it's just straight up, once again, Oracle into Void Ray, same opener.
Yeah, and so far, Dark still not playing it safe, still playing pretty normal and not getting a Roach Horn.
Yeah, no Roach Horn yet. Usually we would see it against the Stargate opener at around the 5 or so minute mark. We'll see if we throw it down. Meanwhile, that is a fast Twilight Council here out of herO. This looks like a very similar build to what we just saw.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eye on the gateway count once again. 2 more in production for 3 total. 3 more in production for 4 total.
It's 4 gate claves. It looks like it's the same build, same guild.
Exact same thing as on Ghost River.
Same build, 2 games in a row. Will it work 2 games in a row though, as we're rushing into a fast lair?
Very fast lair. Is Dark just gonna try to get Hydras even quicker?
I mean, this lair timing looks like a Nidus based all-in, like Link Queen Nidus. We're staying on a low gas count. We're a little bit supply blocked, but I believe that Dark wants to be aggressive with this. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, herO, he did scout. herO did scout the lair timing, so he's aware that something is wrong, but he's still committed anyway. Glaives is on the way.
Yeah, he was already checking towards this direction. He already got the building, so might as well make use of him.
May as well. Lair's about to finish up. We are taking a second Gas Geyser, which is still in line of a Nidus Worm build. Queens are on the way, more Lings are on the way. Now, who do we favor if Dark does commit to an all-in against Glaive Adepts? I think I give the edge to herO. Things are about to get weird. Things are about to get rowdy.
It's because it's not just Glaive Adepts, but it's also that herO has that Void Ray that's been clearing up Overlords.
True.
Nidus Worm is on the way, but there's no... If this was going to be an all-in, there's not any good position for Dark to really unborrow from.
Yeah, the Nidus Worm is going to be a little bit awkward here as the Warrior is getting in position. Here we go, the Adepts are moving out across the map, and Dark, he throws down a Roach War. Now we realize what's going on, but is it too late? I mean, that is still a lot of Lings. Oh.
Yeah, it is, and the Queens are body blocking quite a bit, providing a lot of support. Yeah, a lot of drones going to go down.
Yeah, that's 7 drones going down already, and we commit to the shade. Once again, really nice service area. More Lings going to get picked up. We deny mining time here at the natural base. Now we can head into the main. You can see how hard a time Dark is having dealing with these Adepts.
Yeah, just shading back and forth and utilizing these choke points, as you mentioned. There's just no way for Dark right now to get a full surround with only Lings. He really needs some kind of range unit, but he only has Queens to work with so far. 4 Adepts survive, but that's still enough to completely mess up the spinner line.
It is. 14 drones go down. We have 3 Adepts left. The Oracle going ham, and behind this, we're getting ready for the next step. We have cannon, shield batteries on the way, +1 blink as well. Dark is amassing roaches for an all-in, for a counter all-in, but Dark, he's down to 34 workers.
Yeah, it's not a lot of mining, and when you don't have a lot of mining, you don't have a lot of roaches, and when you don't have a lot of roaches, you don't have a lot of success.
That's the thing. Again, as you mentioned, like, because of the low economy, there's barely any roaches available here to Dark. We're moving out across the map, and We'll see, can Dark actually pull this off? There's that Nidus Worm on the way. It's all or nothing for Dark, but there it is. GG gets called. Didn't even try it, as the writing is on the wall, and herO will take the 2-0.
GG. 2 games in a row, the same build, different responses, but still so effective, so cleanly executed here from herO that he was able to take the 2-0 in the end. That was insane. GG. Very well done.
GG, well played. Basically, what just happened here is that Dark, well, it was the same build 2 games in a row, and I think that Dark, in his mind, he was assuming, you're trying to fake me out. like you're making it look like the same build. No. Yeah, a bit of a game of chicken there. Dark, I'm sure, assuming that maybe herO was going to be macroing instead. So it's like, I'm going to catch you off guard. I'm going to go for my own all-in. I'm going to catch you because you're not going to do the same build 2 games in a row, right? The answer is yes. It was the same build 2 games in a row, and in the end, herO did snowball out of control. GG, well played. Dark is eliminated, and herO advances on to the semi-finals.
Whew. A fast evening so far for him, and he's going to be waiting a little while for an opponent.